Good evening, everyone, and welcome to A Night United. My name is Giacomo Gignelti, and it is with the utmost excitement that I get to be your host for this evening as we celebrate the champions of my friend's place. Now, here at my friend's place, we use the term champion to represent a few things. First off, our champions are, in effect, honorees, but they mean so much more to the organization that the staff decided they needed their own special category. Look, I'm not one to brag, but a few years ago, I had the honor of accepting Champion of the Year award for my friend's place, and it truly meant and still does mean the world to me. My love and support for this amazing organization was pretty instantaneous, and having the opportunity to raise awareness for the cause and the youth has been a great honor of mine. It also means I get to seem way cooler than I am by standing alongside fellow My Friend's Place champions like Miley Cyrus, Halsey, Lee Daniels, and a host of other inspiring individuals and companies. And tonight, we'll be adding a few more distinguished names to the Champions Circle. Rosanna Arquette, Anne Blanchard, and one more very special surprise honoring you are not going to want to miss. Being a champion for youth experiencing homelessness is incredibly important, and it's something every single person watching right now can do. Although we can't all be in the same room as one another, that does not mean we can't make a huge difference in the lives of our youth experiencing homelessness. All week, throughout the My Friend's Place Summer Festival, contributions up to $20,000 have been matched by two longtime generous partners of My Friend's Place. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, guys. Now that means if you haven't already had the opportunity to make a gift in support of My Friend's Place, there is still time. Just text MFP Summerfest to 76278 and donate right now. Another great way to support is by getting in on this amazing online auction. From Tom Ford glasses and Cynthia Rowley apparel to hotel stays and a wine weekend in Napa, there is something for everyone to enjoy. The auction closes tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific, so be sure to head over to mfpsummerfest.givesmart.com and start your bidding now. But now it's time to get on with our show. So to introduce our first champion of the year, please welcome Jed Cohen.
I met Anne Blanchard at a party 28 years ago and we played charades. Her clues all seemed the same, but delivered with such conviction and enthusiasm, I didn't care if we won or lost. I just wanted to watch her. I have been besotted with Anne ever since. Anne is the it girl, the woman everyone wants to be near or sit next to, the woman so bright and so alive we can't help but lean in for every word she utters. She is like Jupiter. You can't escape her gravity, and you don't want to. She is unfailingly positive, unbelievably brilliant, unflinchingly honest, sensitive, creative, tough when she needs to be, but always fair, and the finest conversationalist you'll ever meet. Unsurprisingly, she is highly accomplished, not just at her profession, although that's an incredible achievement in itself, but in her successful marriage to Sandy, raising two lovely sons, working for charity, and finding time for her friends. And somehow she never seems to break a sweat. And she's modest to boot. In a town where people bounce off each other, circulate and recirculate like atoms, Anne is constant, dependable, and fiercely loyal. She'll fight for you, she'll always tell you the truth, and if that happens to hurt a little, she'll also be there to console you. This may sound like the slavish devotion of a stalker, but I'm guessing there are any number of people in this room who are nodding their heads in agreement. Let's just say I'm the president of her fan club. I'm so proud of Anne for winning this award and for all her contributions to My Friend's Place, and I'm so grateful to have met her and so proud that she calls me friend.
Good evening. Hello, dear friends and contributors to My Friend's Place. It is with both joy and humility that I accept this beautiful award and the accolades from my dear friend Jed Cohen, who is both a senior VP in the financial world and a published poet, as you can tell from how he waxed way too poetically about my virtues. Thank you, Jed, for your beautifully crafted and heart-filled words. First and foremost, it is Heather and Aaron and Daniel and Jeff and Susan and Tony and Frank and all the other staff members of My Friend's Place, as well as the board, who who are truly emblematic of Mother Teresa's famous words, "There are not great things, only small things done with great love." And from Teddy Roosevelt, "I like to think I'm the first to have conjoined the Saint of Calcutta with the Rough Rider. Start anywhere, start giving now." I consider myself both a student of focused optimism and constant attention to detail. Onward, my wonderful mom would say during a time like this. When fear grips the heart of many, we must stay aware and resolute to the fact that we are indeed blessed to be a blessing to others. What my Friends Place is doing by having doubled their budget since I first became a board member in 2007, and for their 31 years of bringing hope and resources, creativity and psychological support, as well as housing solution to hundreds and thousands of youth a week, tens of thousands of homeless young people every year, is true courage in the face of fear. And clearly they have said COVID schmovid as they continue to provide undaunted food, mask, counseling, and housing case management, in spite of all, risking themselves for others. I am humbled indeed and hope you will join me in taking contrary action right now. Give more, not less. Your heart will thank you. I just thank everyone at My Friends Place, all my friends who've been contributors for so many years, and my dear family, Sandy, Reese, and Ryland. I love you so much. Thank you for putting up with me.
Take my horse to the old town road, ride till I can't no more. Take my horse to the old town road, ride till I can't no more.
You know, just like most folks, I grew up in a so-called urban environment, and was a gangbanger for a little bit. It's been a blessing that I've been able to actually find something that completes me, and that is music. And at this point, as long as I got a horn to blow on, what I'm saying, life is beautiful. And it wasn't like that before my car accident. Before my car accident, I was an angry person. As I was learning how to be a better musician, I was just playing on the streets and playing on the side of the freeway so nobody could hear me when I wasn't playing on the streets. And I just kept on playing, and people would tell me that I sucked, but I would just keep on playing and playing. I'm glad that it gives people some sort of, effect, positive effect, because, I've always wanted to do that. Like when I would daydream about being a good musician, when I was really bad, and I still have dreams about playing better and better. But that was the main thing, is having an impact on people, seeing people dance or making people smile or hug and kiss and stuff like that. From my experience coming to My Friends Place, there were many moments where I felt empowered. I guess the biggest one was when Miley Cyrus was here, the whole family, and I was playing with them, so that was a big moment,
Oh. Take my horse to the old town road, ride till I can't no more.
Everybody was really down to earth and fun, and it was really a magical moment, what I'm saying. At the end of the story, what I'm saying, when I do succeed, I want people to see that it was just a regular person that just put in an irregular amount of practice time, what I'm saying.
Ride till I can't no more. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Good evening. My name is Erin Casey, and I have the pleasure and privilege to support youth experiencing homelessness as the Director of Programs here at My Friend's Place. Whether you're a longtime supporter or perhaps newer to our community, you have hopefully picked up on an important facet of who we are as an organization. We love art. Pre-COVID, My Friend's Place was offering dozens of art workshops every week, from fashion and sewing workshops to music recording sessions. Because we know that art is essential, I'm proud to say that our amazing team has brought creative opportunities back into daily services at My Friend's Place, albeit outside and with physical distancing. A few years ago, as we prepared to honor our champions at our 30th anniversary gala, we commissioned original pieces of art from one of our youth to present as the awards. That tradition is continuing tonight, and I'm excited to share this year's awards, created by a young woman named Natalie. Natalie is a dynamic young woman who has been part of our MFP community for 3 years. Working with clay was new to her, but one day she sat down at our art table and instinctively started to make these beautiful rose pieces. She was surprised to experience the calming effect of rolling and shaping the clay, and she had so much pride when she sold her first rose. She even started to ask to take clay back to her tent to help her get through the long and lonely nights on the streets. Working in partnership with our transformative education team, Natalie created these handmade ceramic pieces, each uniquely designed with one of our champions in mind. Here's how this works. A young person's sense of their own value as a human being is validated when their art is valued and purchased. So with Natalie, as she started to sell her art, she also invested in her case management and goal planning, because she started to believe that she was worthy of a future beyond the streets. Natalie moved into her own apartment last month. So while these pieces by Natalie are just for our lucky honorees, you have the opportunity to buy original pieces of art from our other incredibly talented young people by checking out the Corner Collective, an online gallery and store benefiting the young artists at My Friend's Place. One-of-a-kind jewelry, paintings, ceramics, and accessories are on sale, with 80% of the proceeds going right back to each individual artist, right back to their development of self-worth. So head to thecornercollective.org or check out the Corner Collective shop on Etsy and support youth like Natalie experiencing homelessness in their creative endeavors.
Hello, my name is Susan Dutra, and I'm the Director of Development at My Friend's Place. In my years working in support of young people experiencing homelessness, a common question that I'm asked by friends, family, supporters, and complete strangers is simply why? Why are these young people experiencing homelessness? And it won't come as a surprise to many of you that there's no singular or easy answer to that question. Here's what we do know. Young people in our community experience homelessness due to an array of complex challenges, and most often not through any fault of their own. Systemic racism, poverty, homophobia, transphobia, sex trafficking, mental health struggles, a lack of access to resources and support. An unfortunate common denominator there is victimization. It's a difficult topic to address, but that's where social justice advocates, like our next champion, truly make their mark. Many of us were first introduced to the amazing Rosanna Arquette thanks to a film co-starring another fierce and unapologetic woman. Maybe you've heard of Madonna? While Desperately Seeking Susan may have solidified Rosanna's movie star status, it's been her brave calls for sexual assault survivors' rights that truly make her a champion. Whether calling out abuse of power in the entertainment industry or standing up for marginalized among us, Rosanna has used her spotlight and her voice to educate and uplift, making her the very definition of a champion. It's my honor to introduce My Friend's Place 2020 Champion of the Year, Rosanna Arquette.
Hi. Oh, what a tremendous honor it is to be recognized by my friend's place and to be part of this very, very special night. I'm amazed by the ingenuity of the people who put together an incredible online summer festival to support young people affected by homelessness in Los Angeles. Now, more than ever, this community needs our help accessing resources to be safe and healthy during COVID-19. As we continue to stay home, the essential workers at My Friend's Place are on the front lines providing health, educational, and therapeutic services to those in need. I am deeply moved by their selflessness and dedication. My Friend's Place is a blueprint in moving toward a more just and humane society that sees all people and recognizes their potential and value. Underserved groups need more than just opportunities. They need our love and support and understanding. They also need to know we care. If there is a silver lining during this difficult time, it's us waking up to the reality that we can and we should help one another by extending our hearts and hands whenever we can to those who need it the most. The more we give, the healthier and happier our world will be. I urge you to get involved by contributing to My Friend's Place Amazon wish list that provides homeless youth and their families with meals and clothing and emergency supplies. Follow, share, support their programs and initiatives on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Visit My Friend's Place website to learn how to make clothing donation and support their COVID-19 emergency response fund that enables the staff to continue to offer meals and supplies to this community. It's my privilege to be involved with My Friend's Place. And I hope that you too are inspired to lift up these women and men and give them the hope and guidance and care they need and they deserve. Thank you. God bless. I love you. Peace.
I first came to My Friend's Place after I graduated high school, so that's about like 5+ years, but on and off. I was taken away with my mom when I was 2 years old from DCFS. Documents stated that neglection, lack of nutrition, not a stable housing. My mom was on drugs. I have like 14 siblings, that's including me. And I was bounced around from group homes and foster homes. I've been to 24 placements from 2 to 18. I aged out at 18. Yeah, I mean, it was hard. 24 placement, being bounced around every city, you know, not being in a stable place, people going and leaving. One of my problems since I was a child is trust issues, because I will have people come and go in my life, social workers, therapists, like mentors. They all left, but My Friend's Place is the place to actually come to. It's like a home away from home. I can come here, chill, charge my phone, eat. So it's like home.
Wow. So what were you like when you first came to My Friend's Place?
I used to be not talkative, and because now I trust you guys and I've been coming here for a while, I can actually come to you guys and, you know, speak about my problems, and you guys will listen and give me good feedback. One of the staff members I'm really close to is George. He's a good listener, you know. He actually cares. You know, he's not here for the check. He's here for help us to improve and grow. It makes a big difference because I used to like try to call the people that I thought that was there for me to talk to me, but they're not. I can come here and there's always one person that can talk to me and bring my spirit back up to a good mood and have the rest of a good day, you know?
Before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to share?
I really want to thank My Friend's Place for being there for me, first and foremost, because they really are, you know? And the second one I'm actually thankful for is helping me grow as a man. with my own issues. I want people to know that I'm still human. I'm not a low life how other people think about certain homeless people on the streets. You know, I'm still working on my goals. I'm still working with other organizations to help me find place. I say it like this, it's in the reach of my hands for my own apartment this time. Through all my life and through all the road bumps I've been through, I'm still reading, I'm still living. You know, I'm still following my dream. I'm still doing what I want to do.
Hi everybody, my name is Jeff Katz and I am the Director of Strategic Initiatives here at My Friends Place. We are so fortunate to have so many corporate, foundation, and individual supporters who have long rallied behind our events, and the Summer Festival is certainly no exception. So at this time, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our incredible sponsors, beginning with our premier sponsor, Universal Studios Discover Star Foundation, our hero sponsors, Viacom CBS, Dr. Cheryl Racinos, and Lobaline Communications, and of course our Hope sponsors, the Happy Hippie Foundation, Chuck and Linda Friedhoff, Cheryl and Bob Hayward, Tony Morgan, Danielle and Steve Levinson, Mary Kincaid and David Canoan, Joni Berkeley, Ann Blanchard and Sandy Becker, Greg and Nicole Samoyan, Jeff Lito, and Dick Johnson. Additional thanks to some partners who truly made this week possible, including our event co-chairs, Gregory Butler and Chase Simons, our amazing partners at Living Lockett Films for these beautiful productions seen during the Standing Together benefit concert and tonight's celebration. Thanks to West Elm West Hollywood for our set furnishings and to Tom Katz for our set stylings. And of course, our wonderful host for this evening, Giacomo Giannotti. Thank you all for your incredible partnership and making this event possible.
At this time, I have the honor to introduce our musical guest for the evening, one of the amazing youth from My Friends Place, Ella. In her time at My Friends Place, Ella has honed her natural musical talents in the recording studio and in music lessons. As you'll hear in a moment, in addition to being a great songwriter, she has an incredible voice and a beautiful spirit. So now, please enjoy Conscious Heart, an original composition by Ella. Take it away.
I'm Ella Vincent Motil. I've been with My Friends Place since I was 22, so that's 5 years now. 2.5 of those years I was a homeless youth, and they helped me find housing, as well as many other opportunities, such as creating the song that you're about to hear. I wrote it when I was 14, and it's called Conscious Heart. After everything you did, memories you left. After all of the screaming of the voices in my head, still you come and you beg me to see some false sincerity in all of the lies you tried to make me believe. But I've got a conscious heart, barely beating inside my chest. And though my mind may sit and think of all the consequence, this one acts on its own. Slowly monsters consume my soul, one by one, making away with my control. I bet you gouge out my eyes, leaving me to be blind, just to you suffer like I did the first time. Watching as my wounds bleed out, heartache trickles down. And still you crawl back begging me to be heard out. But I've got a conscious heart, barely beating inside my chest. And though my mind may sit and think of all the consequences, this one acts on its own. Slowly monsters consume my soul, one by one, making away with my control. I'm suffocating, walls caving around me. I cannot breathe at all. I've got a conscious heart, barely beating inside my chest. And though my mind may sit and think of all the consequences, this one acts on its own. Slowly monsters consume my soul, one by one, making away with my control. Thank you.
All right, I promised a surprise at the open of the show, and now it's time for me to deliver. You're right. It is impossible to do the incredible work and make tremendous impact that My Friend's Place is responsible for without a team. And I'm not just referring to the staff, although, of course, we can all agree that MFP staff is the best. But a team that includes a committed board of directors, a team that includes hundreds of caring volunteers, a team that includes thousands of generous supporters like yourselves. But you know what's central to such a successful team is this? A true leader. Heather Carmichael has been leading the charge both for ending youth homelessness and building a bigger, bolder My Friend's Place for 20 incredible years. A clinician both in profession and in soul, Heather has approached her leadership at My Friend's Place with one priority. How does this affect our youth? And if you think about it, the head of any organization, nonprofit or for-profit, by design, needs to be concerned with so many business details, budgets, vision, strategy, politics, HR, PR. To say that executive directors and CEOs have full plates is an understatement, at least the good ones. But the remarkable aspect about Heather's leadership is that she always finds a way to make just a little more room on her plate, especially where the young people at MFP are concerned. A few months ago, Heather marked 20 years at My Friend's Place, and unbeknownst to her, the team had already been planning a pretty remarkable surprise for a remarkable leader. And you better believe that COVID was not going to derail these plans. It is my absolute honor and great pleasure to announce our final champion of the year, the definition of an MFP champion, Heather Carmichael. Heather, I love you.
You can't talk about My Friend's Place without talking about Heather Carmichael. It doesn't, they're the same.
As dedicated as she is to the agency, it's because of what the agency does. It's because of what My Friend's Place does. It's the mission. It's her desire to help and make an impact on the lives of the young people that we see and hear every day. It's just infectious.
Heather really embodies the values of My Friend's Place. When I think about My Friend's Place, I think about everything that Heather is.
Heather is warmth and compassion and ferocity.
She's been a great leader. She's very compassionate. She always goes above and beyond.
I was always amazed by the connection that she was able to make with the young people and staff and volunteers.
Heather Carmichael is strong and fearless and goofy and incredibly caring.
And somebody who will fight for you in any possible capacity to make sure you get what you need.
She's just all love. If there's anything to really describe Heather, she's all love.
I told Heather when she became executive director that I said, I'm in this with you. I'm in this as long as you are, because I believe in you.
No, I wasn't thinking that when you were 16, so it's different.
I think Heather is a great leader because she always says yes when it comes to the young people.
I think I speak for everyone on the team here that there is something very, very powerful knowing that you are working under the leadership of someone who is, I think, the most integrous person I've ever met.
How old is he?
Me, and she's always been so supportive in times when I've really needed someone to really back me up and support me.
Heather's grounded approach, her heart-centered way of caring for others in the most difficult times speaks volumes of what kind of leader she is and what kind of person she is.
The way she navigates the world is definitely helped me become a better person, and I really appreciate her for that.
What people don't know is the incredible amount of time and dedication that she has poured into this organization. Here, when no one else is here, working on weekends, trying to catch up from the week because she went out of her way to make sure her team was supported, to make sure that we all had the resources we need to do our jobs. And she doesn't want credit for it, and she doesn't want people to know about it. And she'll probably be mad that I'm saying it, but that's a leader. Someone who quietly does the work behind the scenes and lets other people take credit, lets other people shine. And I'm just glad that tonight we get to, shine a little light on her and her incredible impact at the organization.
That is amazing, you guys. Thank you. Oh, go Natalie. Oh.
Look at that camera, give an acceptance speech.
Ah, you're joking. That's. Oh my gosh. Well, I think Natalie may sum this up, right? Is the vulnerability, the layers that these young people bring and require us to embrace, to make room for. Yet we have so much more to learn, right? Is that in the face of COVID, racial and social justice, My Friend's Place has so much more to do. So as a team, as a community, we've got so much more. And I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. On behalf of anyone else, these young people are amazing. Strong, resilient, but if we don't take care of them, they can break. So, are you guys in?
Back in mid-March, as COVID-19 began to spread quickly across California, the staff and board at My Friend's Place faced an incredibly difficult situation. While businesses and schools were shutting down across the state, the team knew that My Friend's Place could not simply shut its doors. They knew then that pandemic or not, youth experiencing homelessness require and deserve care and connection. So, while others were forced to, my Friends Place never closed, not even for a single working day. They even stayed open on holidays they had previously been scheduled to take off. And as the shutdown continued and new needs emerged, my Friends Place expanded their services to ensure that nobody who showed up at the front gate in need of food, clothing, masks, or other essentials were turned away. While most of us have been called upon to stay at home, the team at my Friends Place have been on the front lines for youth and community members who have no home to shelter in or lack access to meet daily needs. So, while the past few months have been undeniably difficult for all of us, it has given me hope to know that the social workers, counselors, mentors, and in my opinion, heroes that work at my Friends Place remain unwavering in their commitment to our youth and the most vulnerable members of our community. Let's take a look at what's been happening at my Friends Place as of late.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to my Friends Place. Try to practice social distancing. Please stand on the red X before we get started. We'll be providing breakfast burritos, snacks, and coffee this morning. Hope you enjoy.
As I saw the line grow, it just became obvious that these people had nowhere to go and that we had to be the place that's going to stay open.
The numbers that we were gathering daily were almost 2 or 3 times the numbers that we were normally seeing when our drop-in center was fully open. There seemed to be like a pretty obtuse need that wasn't being met, and it was coming to our front gate.
When COVID started and up until now, it's shut a lot of doors for housing. The resources that are becoming available are not prioritizing youth. They're geared more towards older adults. Housing continues to be a social justice issue, and we're not giving up on the youth. We're going to keep pushing to get them indoors and be really active in problem solving.
The team didn't step back, they stepped forward in how are we going to continue to be here, be who we are, and hold who we care for. And that has just been demonstrated in so many ways.
We've been able to open up our workshops once again and bringing our youth and have fuller case management sessions, albeit outside and wearing masks and at a distance.
A lot of our youth are really resilient, and they've been through so many setbacks in life that this is something familiar to them, and they've found ways to bounce back.
Of course, there is something like very extreme going on at large globally, but every day can feel like a crisis or a threat to their own health.
To have young people in the midst of COVID-19 creating art and playing music and eating food and having like these moments of normalcy that we're all seeking in our own lives, to be able to do that here, that's the mission of my Friends Place.
I think the through line of all of it has been that my Friends Place will always be here for the youth. No matter what is thrown at us, we will always be here in the corner of our youth, trying to be there in whatever way that is best.
Their needs aren't going anywhere, and neither are we.
I have to say, I was already in awe of our incredible team, but just seeing that video cements the staff's unwavering dedication to the young people of my Friends Place. All of our worlds were turned upside down early this year as COVID-19 began impacting our communities. While confronted by fear and uncertainty, never was there a moment of hesitation about showing up for the young people of my Friends Place. With overwhelming concern about how youth experiencing homelessness in our community, would navigate and survive these challenging times, My Friends Place pivoted to serve not only young people, but adults. With this commitment came endless questions about how to serve boldly, but also safely. How do we keep our staff healthy and safe? Would we be able to meet the increasing demands of our youth and community members? How do we keep young people safe at home when they don't have a home? We may not have all the answers, but quickly our team began figuring out how to show up and meet the needs and to have great impact in our community. We have only been able to persist because of your support. When we needed more protective gear for our frontline staff, you went to stores, websites, and you personally made masks to keep us all healthy. When we began serving 200 more people a day with the commitment that each person would receive a meal, you began ordering from restaurants from all over the county and delivering to our back door. When we instituted a mass distribution program for our community, you showed up with masks by the hundreds. My Friends Place is rooted in community and connection, and while we may not be sharing physical space with one another this evening, please know I feel more connected with our community than ever before. And as we sit here, we also know that these uncertain times are not over, and neither are the questions. New challenges will arise in all of our lives, My Friends Place included, and in the weeks and months to come, we will be challenged. But how fortunate we are to know that you are still here, standing at our side, ready to support and ensure youth experiencing homelessness can continue to count on My Friends Place. So if I may be so bold, and these times really require boldness, I'll make one more ask of you tonight. Please join our match challenge and have your gift of support for My Friends Place doubled. You can text the number below on the screen or just head to our website, myfriendsplace.org, and make your gift today. Thank you for your incredible generosity and partnership. We've always known that we couldn't do this work without you, and these past few months have really only strengthened that bond. Thank you.
Well, my friends, both near and far, I want to thank you so much for joining us for A Night United. I know that with all of our support, My Friends Place will always be here for our youth experiencing homelessness, no matter what. Thank you for your generosity, and please stay healthy, safe, and sound as you continue the righteous fight to end youth homelessness. Good night. Okay, all right. I crushed that.
We're
What?
still rolling.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're live
No,
right
no,
now.
no. Cut it. Cut it. Put it like a button or a graphic. I don't know what.